So basically what you're saying for the people like me, right? I'm one of those people that I need to be able to say it out loud for it to become real in my brain. Like I feel like I understand what you're saying, but I want the confirmation.
You want it clear.
The geography works in tandem with the opportunity.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
where you are and what you have access to, or what you give yourself access to, or what you gain access to, have to work in tandem for you to have success.
Correct. And here's a challenge, right? There's a lot of people who, because of where they are, all they've seen is all they ever will see.
Yep.
So you have to physically move yourself. Now, that doesn't mean that you may have to move yourself from a state to a country. I mean, if you have the means, sure. But it's about, what are you watching? What are you listening to? Right? Because you could move yourself physically and still be in the same place mentally.
Yeah.
Right? So like I told you, when I moved from Tampa, Florida to Orlando, Florida, I had a change in location, but the change in location didn't change my behavior. Because I was still operating with the same old operating system. It wasn't until there was something shifted when I got to Oakwood, but that's again a different geography, right? But I've always had that dog, right? You got that dog, like you have the X factor, you have the it factor, right? But it's about geography. How can I move myself into a different environment where I can see, like, wait a minute, I didn't think that was possible. The reason why LaRussell is so successful is because for many years, artists thought that the only way, we're talking about a million ways to do it, the only way to do it was through a record label.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, because he's done it a different way, other artists are saying, wait a minute, I don't have to go through a record label. And the only reason he signed with Jay-Z is not because he had to.
He had the option.
Options. That's my point.
Back to the options.
See,
Yeah.
and that's my point. Last thing, and I'm gonna shut up after this. The reason why to me, wealth is options, is because if you limit wealth to just the tangible, right, it will always slip away like oil in your hands. You can't really grasp it, right? And the reason why wealth to me is options is because any other version of wealth, I think, is always tied to an invisible string. And I don't want to be tied to a person or to people who are telling me when to wake up and what to do and how to do it. Like, as an entrepreneur, people don't realize this. People think that entrepreneurship is like, oh, I'm my own boss. No, your boss are your customers. Right? But I'm not trying to operate that way. I'm trying to operate, again, you know what, today? I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And I have the freedom to say that. And the resources to not do it if I don't want to.
Yeah.
Options.
Yeah.
LaRussell had options where he was able to negotiate with Jay-Z, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he turned down Jay-Z twice.
He did.
Let's think about that objectively. Turn down, we talking about Jay-Z.
Yeah, we're talking about Jay-Z.
We're talking about Sean Carter.
We're talking about Sean.
How do you turn down Jay-Z twice? Because I got options.
I love that you brought up this LaRussell point, because to me he's opened up a lane for so many other artists to be able to see that it's possible. Like you said, when you see it, you can't unsee it, right? That and now we see people like J. Cole, for instance. He's used the same platforms as LaRussell to put out some of his own music now, right? An artist of that magnitude being able to do the same thing that LaRussell's doing in terms of using a platform like Even, where you can go direct to consumer, to your audience, and say, hey, here's a product that I've put together. How can I, and speaking of products, you've worked on a product and put a product out.
Yeah.
I want to get to that. You have a book out, Max. How has that process been? I've heard you say that you did this book and it took you years to put together because you didn't want to do it with no ChatGPT, no anything. You wanted to struggle. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, man. So I'll say this. We live in a generation right now where the They didn't lie to us, but they didn't prepare us. And maybe it's not their fault. Maybe they could never prepare us because nobody expected the world to turn out the way it did right now. We were taught, go to school, get good grades, pass your SAT, your ACT, your standardized test, go to college, get good grades, get a degree, get a good job, save money, buy a house, retire. Those were the 10 things that they told us to do. If you do those 10 things, you will have a successful life.
By 14.
Dude.
I'm 40 years old.
Yeah.
40.
Right. We all know, the three of us know plenty of people who have followed that same guideline.
Yes.
And life has not worked out the way that they thought it should have worked out. There are plenty of people with degrees, multiple, more than their parents, and ain't got no job.
What's that Kanye? What's that Kanye skit where he was like, "You sleep with all them degrees? You got all them degrees? What you doing with them degrees?"
Right. So, and I'm aware that there are many people in our generation. I'm talking about specifically in America, right? That, dude, I feel like all of my plans have been ripped to shreds. Like, what can I do? Right? I apply for jobs and no one's hiring. I tweak my resume, no one's hiring. I tried to do this, that, and the third. I went and got a degree. I went back to school, no one's hiring. I can't even get hired at Target, right? I mean, nothing in life is working out for me. I feel like all these things are stacked against me. That's what a lot of people feel. And they feel frustrated because they feel like they are hamsters in a wheel, right? Or like a car stuck in mud. Right? Or like running on a treadmill where you're making a lot of movement, but you're not making a lot of progress. Like I just feel stuck and I feel flustered and frustrated. I feel like, dang, like I thought my 20 was supposed to be the time that I was living it up. And now I'm still living with my parents.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people who, right. So there's a lot of people who feel like, life is passing them by. Like I should have been here by now. Whatever here is, I should have been married by now, kids by now, in my career by now, promoted by now, a house bought right now, 10,000 in my savings by now. Like I feel like I should have been there by now. And instead, I feel like I have all these disadvantages stacked against me. I can't do this and I can't do this. And this isn't working out. And that didn't work out. And it's been 5 years and it's been 300 rejections. And so I realized, hey, wait a minute. I think that my generation has it misunderstood though. Because everybody's so focused on what they can't do. Because everyone's like, well, I don't know how to do that. And I don't know how to do this. And I think what I'm attempting to articulate to my generation is the issue is not that you don't know what to do. The issue is that you don't do what you do know how to do.
Wow.
Does that make sense? So
Yes,
It summarizes what we're all about.
Yeah,
like,
I mean that's the whole premise
wow.
of the book. That's the whole premise of the book. Like the issue is not that you don't know what to do. The issue is that you don't do what you do know how to do. Do that. So I give you an example, right? Like as a pastor, I mean, I make a comfortable salary, right? Comfortable. I'm not like big baller, shot caller, still tipping Mike Jones. I'm not none of that. I'm also not like, dirt poor. But again, me and my wife have been very intentional about our finance, that kind of stuff. So we're okay. You know what I'm saying? Like if I miss a paycheck, I'm not going to die. If I miss 3, we might die. So as long as I don't miss 3, I'm fine, right?
You're still relating to the audience here.
Right. So for me, it's okay. I understand that the market is, people debate whether or not, I think the market is saturated, but it's saturated with a lot of phonies.
Yes.
Right? So I say that to say, there's a lot of people who are writing books. Right? A lot of people who are speakers. A lot of people who are trying to be entrepreneur. A lot of people who are trying to be, trying to get into the public speaking space, right? All that kind of stuff. So I could look at social media and be like, yo, look at all these speakers. Look at all these authors. And I could focus on the oversaturation. I could focus on I don't have a big following. I could focus on I don't have a publishing company. I could focus on. But the issue is not that I don't know what to do. The issue is that I don't do what I do know how to do. What is it that I know how to do? I know how to tell a good story.